I was browsing on Reddit the other night and stumbled across something that honestly shocked me. A whole thread of foreigners here in the Philippines bragging. Yes, bragging about how they were scoring PWD discounts at restaurants, pharmacies, and even hotels. Now, if you're not familiar, the PWD program in the Philippines is supposed to give a 20% off plus a VAT exemption to persons with disabilities. It's designed to make life easier for Filipinos with real-life challenges, not for foreigners with plenty of financial advantages. And here's the part that really floored me when I read it. These foreigners know that they earn more than the average Filipino, yet they were still boasting about saving a few extra pesos off their meals. Let me give you a comparison. Imagine an immigrant in the United States walking into a hospital and demanding medical senior discounts, even though they're not a US citizen, never paid into the system, and aren't even legally entitled to it. That would spark outrage, and honestly, that would spark outrage with me as well. I would be completely confused as to why this is happening. People would easily call this fraud. Well, the same thing applies here. When a foreigner tries to claim a benefit that's meant for Filipino citizens, especially something as sensitive as the PWD discount, it's not just bad manners. In many cases, it's against the law. So today we're going to break it all down. The law, the risks, the consequences, and even the moral side of this debate. I've done extensive research on this topic. As you guys know, I've been living in the Philippines for almost 10 years, and I love the country, the history, and the people in it. So these kind of topics really hit home for me as well. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, like this video for more content about expats, news, and everything about the Philippines. So let's talk about the basics of the PWD discount. Under Republic Act 10754, persons with disabilities in the Philippines are entitled to a 20% discount and exemption from value added tax on essential goods and services. This includes things like medicines and medical supplies, hospital and laboratory fees, transportation, buses, taxis, even airlines, restaurants, hotels, recreation centers, groceries, and certain basic needs. The purpose is simple: to ease a financial burden for Filipino citizens with disabilities who often face extra costs in their daily lives. I have a disabled friend, and honestly, he doesn't get the support he actually needs. And who knows if the system is strained because there are so many outsiders benefiting from this. So let's talk about who is really eligible for this benefit. And here's the part that many foreigners don't seem to understand. To access these benefits, you need a PWD ID card. That ID is issued by the Persons with Disability Affairs Office, or PDAO, or the local Social Welfare Department office. And the law is quite clear, guys. It's for Filipino citizens, not for tourists, not for retirees on a special visa, not even for permanent residents with an alien certificate of registration card. Unless you are a Filipino citizen, you cannot legally qualify for this benefit. Even if you are disabled as a foreigner, the law doesn't extend to you. Just like Medicare or Social Security in the US, this doesn't extend for non-citizens unless they meet very specific criteria. And one of the most common misconceptions is that many foreigners think, well, I live here, I contribute to the economy, why can I get this discount? Here's why. These programs aren't funded by your taxes. They are funded by the Filipino people, the Filipino government, to protect the most vulnerable citizens. Another misconception is, but the cashier gave it to me once, so I must qualify. Well, that's wrong. Sometimes staff don't want to argue. Filipinos don't like confrontation. Sometimes they don't know the rules. That doesn't make it legal. And some foreigners confuse senior citizen discounts with PWD discounts. Both are strictly for Filipinos. Let's talk about the fraud problem here. This is where things get messy. Fake PWD IDs are a growing problem in the Philippines. Syndicates have been caught producing counterfeit IDs and selling them online for a few thousand pesos. Police have conducted raids, arrested people, and confiscated piles of fake PWD IDs. Filipinos caught using fake IDs face fraud charges. Foreigners? The consequences can be even worse. Not only criminal charges, but also deportation and a permanent ban from the country, which means you're blacklisted. Think about that for a second, guys. All for saving a couple of hundred pesos on dinner. Now let's give real life scenarios about the situation. A foreigner at a restaurant. He insists on a discount because he's disabled. The staff asks for a PWD ID. He flashes an SRRV retirement card. Sorry, That doesn't count. No ID, no discount. Now, I want to talk about the social and moral perspective of this situation. Here's where I want to be very direct. I don't mean to bash or crap on foreigners. I just want to tell what's right and what's true. As foreigners living in the Philippines, most of us already enjoy privileges, lower cost of living compared to our home countries, the ability to hire affordable help, access to services and comfort at a fraction of Western prices. The average Filipino struggles with much tighter budgets. For them, that 20% discount can mean affording medicine for a sick child or keeping food on the table. So when foreigners who often have pensions, remote jobs, or retirement funds start demanding the same benefits, it doesn't just break the law, it shows a lack of respect. Think about it in reverse. If you move to the US, can you demand Social Security benefits without paying into the system? No. If you live in Europe on a visa, can you demand welfare benefits? In most cases, no. Every country protects its citizens first. The Philippines is no different. So let's talk about the consequences and government warnings. There have been a lot of warnings out there recently. A lot of you guys aren't taking heed to this. So this is the part that every foreigner needs to hear. The Philippines government has issued repeated warnings. Foreigners who fraudulently use benefits that aren't theirs, including the PWD discount, can face hefty fines, imprisonment, and even deportation. Depending on the case, foreigners caught abusing the system have been fined tens of thousands of pesos, sentenced to years in prison, and then turned over to the Bureau of Immigration for blacklisting. And remember guys, once you're blacklisted, that's it. You are out of the Philippines permanently. No more living here, no more visiting, no more retirement dream. That's gotta be something devastating for some of you guys that actually have a family here. Imagine being blacklisted from your family for life. And all that risk just to save a little bit of money. So to wrap this up, the PWD discount is an important program, but it's for Filipino citizens only. If you're a foreigner, respect the laws always. Don't abuse a system that wasn't designed for us. Because the truth is, while you might get away with it once or twice, all it takes is one inspection, one report, or one unlucky day to end up with fines, jail time, and a one-way ticket out of the Philippines. If you guys found this video to be helpful, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. Are you on the PWD program? Do you have a family on the program? Are you a foreigner and you might have had the misconception that you were eligible for this as a disabled retiree on a long-term visa here? Drop your comments, guys. I would love to hear from you. Let's start a conversation because these are the kind of things that matter the most in this country. Until next time, guys, learn to be Filipino. See you next time. Peace.